Hi, my name is Julia M. Spencer. I'm a real estate advisor, investor, and your #1 source for real estate advice online. Welcome to my newest video from my newest summer vacation. I am actually located right in Prague, in the Czech Republic. And right here, I am right in the middle of the old town, new town. I don't even know really for sure if it's old or new. It looks very old to me. But it's called Starometská náměstí. So this is one of the main squares here in the city. And right behind me is that clock tower. It has a really cool astronomical clock. Strikes on the hour every hour, and the 12 apostles come out and just kind of parade themselves in this mechanical masterpiece from many hundreds of years ago that still works. That's kind of really cool. But I wanted to make this brief video. As you know, when I travel in the summer, I still get questions from you all, my dear subscribers. So I tried to answer the questions. One of the questions I got, I did already make a video about this one time, but I wanted to just kind of expand on it because I got the question again, was do I buy my tax sale foreclosures under an LLC or under my own name? So let me just answer that, kind of like what I do and the advantages of doing it either way. So for starters, when I first started tax sale foreclosure investing, I did everything under my own name. Quite honestly, I didn't have a lot of confidence and I didn't think I was going to be very successful. So I kind of just bought it under my own name, kind of expecting that I would lose it anyways. Just like a golden person just walked by here. And so I really wasn't very successful. I wasn't thinking I was going to be successful. So I just bought it under my own name and figured, you know, it's just the easier way. I didn't want to invest a lot of money in trying to buy, set up a corporation and do all that. It was just going to be like a little hobby to see if I could actually make it work. And later on, I did set up an LLC, and I have kind of like an umbrella LLC that all my businesses run under. As you know, I also do tax sale foreclosures as well as vacation rentals, and of course my ebook business, my ebooks that you can buy on my website also go under that. But everything is like a sub LLC now. An LLC, as you know, is a legal entity. So you can, an LLC can own another LLC, and you can layer that as many layers as you like. Of course, the only problem you'll have with that is you'll have to file tax returns usually with all those different LLCs. If it's a sole proprietor, like single person LLC, it is regarded as a disregarded business entity, I believe, under the tax system of the US. So you don't have to file a separate tax return as long as you indicate that you own such an LLC and the loss or profit of that LLC is carried over to your own tax return if you're the only owner. So, initially, a long time ago, of course, I started the business with my husband at the time, and we were both 50% owners. And then, of course, we filed our tax return together anyway. So it's just a, you know, a paper war. You know, we registered profits 50% for each one of us, and then we put everything together anyway. So it was just tedious to do it that way. I do recommend, though, if you want to get into tax sale foreclosure investing, to try to file your taxes and prepare them on your own a couple of times. And the reason I say that is because it's just much more convenient to learn that way. It's much easier to learn how to do a tax return if you actually have done it yourself a few times. So in order to learn, you can of course buy tax books and ask tax professionals, and you read the IRS website. But if you sit down with TurboTax or one of the other softwares out there and start preparing your own tax returns that way, that's how you're really going to learn the best way. So what I would recommend, that if you're versatile with filing your own taxes and you want to set up a small LLC, they're not very expensive to start with, you can do that and just run all your tax sale foreclosure investments through that one LLC. I would not recommend to set up an individual one for each property that you buy, simply because when you buy, for example, a tax lien, it might be redeemed in a week or two or a month. So you'll set up an LLC and you put that property in that LLC, then you have to close it up again if that's the only purpose that you had it, and it's just a waste of time and money. But if you have like one umbrella LLC for if you have maybe another business or so, then just have one for your tax sale foreclosures, maybe one for your other line of business, and several other ones, and then you just embrace them all under an umbrella LLC that's just permanent. So since you asked me how I do it right now, in the past, like I said, I've done everything under my name. I do still buy some properties under my own name and some of them under my LLC. Now, the reason I buy them still under my own name, because sometimes I don't get to the auction early enough to give them my articles of incorporation. For the longest time, I actually didn't even know where I put those articles of incorporation. I'm kind of unorganized that way, and forgot to bring them. So I just bought the properties under my name, and then if it looked like after a couple of weeks that the property was not going to redeem, and I was going to even go through the whole redemption period or end up with the property, that's when I would just write a quitclaim deed from my personal self to my LLC, which is just as easy, not very expensive, and it saves you a lot of time as well. So if you wanted to do it that way, all the power to you. I wouldn't set up a very complicated network of LLCs, and always think of the fact that you have to figure out some way to also file your tax return. So the more tax returns you have to file, the more expensive it's going to be, the more complicated and convoluted, and if you hire somebody else to do your taxes, of course you have to pay them. So anyways, that's my advice, whether or not you should or should not have an LLC to do tax sale foreclosures. Now, if you have more questions about the topic, please send them at the bottom of this video right here. You can type them here. I do read all the comments. You can send me an email as well. And check out my website. It's also at the bottom of this video, juliamspencer.com. I look forward to hear from you. Check out my ebooks, and yeah, check out the great surroundings here. It's the first time for me to be here in the Czech Republic, former communist country, now a republic, democratic republic, and yeah, we're checking it out here. My son's this summer, my mom came with us, and it's very extremely hot on this end of July day, and I think we're gonna go back to the hotel and just chill for a few hours before we continue. So I hope you have a great day. I'm gonna show you where I am, and have a great day investing, and I hope to see you investing very successfully very soon. Have a great day.
For your free guide to real estate investing, visit juliamspencer.com.